Alright, Bonehawks, this video is all about Mortal Kombat 1. Chaos Reigns is just around the corner. It's so close I can taste it. I can taste those sweet, sweet rockets. But there are some things that I'm hoping that we get in addition to a story and all that kind of stuff. And I'm going to list them here. And this is just my personal list. You know, this isn't what I think, you know, everybody should think. And I'm curious to know what you think, what your biggest wants are for whatever it is. Some of it character related, some of it game related, whatever. Let me know. That being said, let's get into it.
Accept your death.
So the first one is Shujinko, and I think they need to reduce the time that he takes to come back after being hit, to make it a little bit more accessible, because he has to be on the screen more than other cameos, and then when he's hit, it like really hurts. It kind of sucks for quite a while. Or secondary thing is just to start him charged, and this is what people have been saying since the start. Everybody else starts with their cameo fully charged. Why don't I start with Shujinko fully charged? I get there's a bit of a challenge there, but I don't think that in his current state, Shujinko is strong enough to kind of warrant not being charged. We'll see how this new move adds to him. I don't really think anyone was asking for like a 2-in-1 cancel off of that. But we'll see. If he gives every character in the game a crumple combo, that's pretty nuts. But I think either having him start charged or have a different cooldown timer than other cameos would really help him out. But like I said, we'll see. We've only seen one change of him so far. Maybe they'll go into it a little bit more in the combat cast or whatever. But Shujinko is... don't get me wrong, he's a really solid cameo. He's just missing like one it factor, you know, just one thing. And people say ambush, and I kind of don't think he needs an ambush, to be honest. I think that might break him. Maybe like some combo, a little bit better combo scaling against the base roster. Because if you see the damage he can do as a DLC, my goodness, if he could do that against everybody, that would be crazy. And I think we'd see him a lot more. Not that it's really necessary, but just a kind of fleeting thought. Buff Shujinko is basically the main idea here, so let's move on. Next is Quan Chi's Keep Away Portal. It's a really good move in theory, but it's not quite like a full wall. So it can't really keep people out. Natara can get high enough to dive kick over it. I've seen Sub-Zero dive kick over it. And every single character in the game can just full on just wave dash right through it. Like, there is a little bit of counterplay to that, because if they try to do that, they can't be like crouch blocking, and then I can hit them with that. But I mean, for the most part, I agree with keeping his normals slow. If you get in, congrats, you're at advantage versus Quan. The idea is that you don't. And this is a fantastic tool to keep you away, and to give Quan that space that he needs. So if you just made that an impenetrable wall, like Janet but on steroids or something, you know? I don't think that's asking too much, and I think that would make him the perfect zoning character in this game. He would still lose to teleporting characters, but that's just a zoning character thing. That's any fighting game ever. So it would just make him a lot stronger and able to put in his game plan. So keep in mind that he has to spend a bar meter on this, right? Like, it should be pretty powerful for spending a bar meter. I get they wanted to give it counterplay, that maybe it was a little bit... they didn't want it to be too strong, but it's not working. It's just too easy to avoid to waste a bar meter. And then, you know, if it did work, I could try and spend all that time building my meter back, doing other things that you might get hit by. And then by the time you get close, boom, there's another one. So, that's just my idea. Same idea as Shujinko. The main idea is just buff Quan. I have no idea what they're going to do to him at this point. It feels like they added 2 new moves to him. They added this, and I still don't feel that he's like on the same level as even some of the weaker characters in this game, so we'll see. I'm excited to see what they choose to do with this character, and I'm just hoping it's not nothing at all. This next one is one that people have been asking for since I feel like the game came out, so I'm just going to keep asking for it. Please just complete your game, NRS. Like, Warrior Shrine coming soon. It's been a year. I don't know about you, but a year is not my idea of soon. Online practice coming soon. Still, again, online settings, like, there's no rooms, there's no lobbies. Like, please, I hope this is like the game that gets, or the patch that gets the game to what it was supposed to be at launch. And if nothing else, NRS, can you at least spell coming with a K? At the very, very least, this is just so lazy. Oh, I want to rip my hair out just looking at this. But I can't, because that would hurt me, and I'm very sensitive in those types of ways. So yeah, online modes, not much more to say here. To be honest, my hopes aren't super high for this, and I would really, really love to hear why they haven't done it yet. I wish I would have asked somebody at EVO, but it didn't really come to mind. Please give us our game modes. Let us play this game like people can play literally any other fighting game. Please, I'm begging you. This next one's a fairly easy one. I just hope that Sector is fun to play. I'm really excited to try her out, and I like the idea that they're kind of going with here of that character. I just hope that she's fun. That's all that I hope for. In my ideal way, she has a lot of fun zoning things that she can do. So that's kind of what I would find fun. But just in general, even if she's like a set play or has some cool combos or fun things to do, I just hope the character's fun. You know, there's been some disappointments in the game for sure, and there's some of that's balance-wise, you know, with Homelander or Peacemaker, that kind of a thing. But I just hope Sector's fun. I'm so hype on the character right now and what I've seen. I just hope she's fun. Straightforward, not much to this one. I'm not going to drag this one on forever. I hope she's fun. And lastly, I hope that we see some cameos get some light in the story mode. Some of these were in the story mode, like Darius and Serena, with just like such little parts, and they don't need to be huge, but to kind of work them into the story would be just such a nice touch with what this game is. Like Cyrax and Sector, how could they fit in with the other Cyrax and Sector? You know, Shujinko. How could Shujinko work? Work him in there sometime. We kind of saw Motaro a little bit and Goro in the story. But yeah, maybe it's like some more meaningful stuff. They did kind of hint at it with Chameleon. Having characters in the game just for the sake of being in the game is cool, but it would be just a nicer touch to just have them have just like their own little moment of fame, you know, their own little, even if, again, if it's nothing huge, just their own little moment of fame to be like, okay, they're part of the story now, you know, they're part of the game. I don't know what you would do with Farah without Tor, but maybe they have something planned. I have no idea. I think that Farah's voice lines are just kind of like pulled from MKX from what I can kind of tell, but I don't know. So maybe not all of them, and if they have other story expansions, which I'm sure they will if they want to keep this game going, you know, maybe not all of them have to be in this one, but it could be Kung Laos from different timelines, you know? I just think that would be cool. And that's it. 5 things I'm hoping I see when Chaos Reigns comes out. Let me know what yours are. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like because it really helps me out. And subscribe if you haven't, because I make new videos almost every single day. Hashtag Bonehawks, all that stuff, and we'll see all you Bonehawks in the next video.
Accept your death.